Welcome to the 1st of August and Skaventide.
It's 4th edition, baby!
4th edition is here! Woo, woo, woo! With all the characters that were in the Skaventide box, big box, didn't know it was going to be that big. We are having Stormcast versus Skaven, the first ever Skaventide match that we have ever done ever in the world ever.
That's not true.
Well, we filmed this once before and then we weren't going to release it and then we did. Anyway.
No, we've played Skaventide.
We played Skaventide before, then we decided we wanted to film it, so now we're playing it again. But for the purposes of you at home, this is the only Skaventide game we've ever played. So we are learning, as you can see from the amount of paper. Oh, paper everywhere. Paper. All my Stormcast characters. And Steve is just relying on his tablet.
Yeah, I'm going to be giving you the learning experience of why you shouldn't use the app. I mean, I'm going to use the perfect app, which in fairness I will argue has some elements that are better than the new 40k app.
Last time we played, your app was going really slowly?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's been a while since then, surely.
It's been a while. So
been a while.
It should. So it's 4 battle rounds long?
No, it's 5 battles.
Oh, it's 5 for this?
Yes, we're playing the General's Handbook.
We're playing the General's Handbook.
We're playing Border War from the General's Handbook.
Border War from the General's Handbook, here it is. Victory points scored by each player from controlling objectives are capped at a max of 6 per turn.
Yes.
I don't like that. I think you should be able to get more.
Really rub it in the opponent's face.
But, rub it in your face. But, however, these are the games that have an underdog, the lowest scoring person. If you are the underdog at any round, you get to add 1 to hit rolls if you charge this turn and are contesting objective wholly within enemy's territory. A whole load of underdog rules. We'll go into it as we play. Yes?
No,
Happy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just means that your home objective, I get +1 to hit.
Yep.
And if I've charged you whilst on that one at the back, because it's halves.
And the same for me.
Yes.
If I become the underdog.
Underdog basically being underscored.
Yes. Currently we don't have one because we're both on 0.
Yes.
Scoring is, as games normally are, 1 victory point if you control 1 objective, 2 victory points for each objective on the border of friendly territory, 5 victory points if you control the objective wholly within enemy territory, 4 victory points if you achieve the battle tactic you picked this turn. And the battle tactics, they're all on a card and they're all different.
Yes, we all have the universal ones, and each faction, each Grand Alliance has 2 they can take, so I can't take the 2 Order ones, you can't take the 2 Chaos ones.
That's sad, because yours actually are quite fun.
I know, learn to play Chaos.
No. Should we go through the armies?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
The armies? Let's do it. Yours first or mine first?
Well, you're over there, you talk to me, what's over here?
Okay, so we have the Stormcast Eternals.
Just pulling up the app.
I'm pulling up the app to tell you what's in my regiments because I don't know yet what they all are, and I still have to. I've had to make little notes on each of their pages to tell me which model they are.
That's fine.
So in my General's regiment to start with, I have Lord Vigilant on Griftstalker here. He is my general. He has Staunch Defender as a heroic trait. Where's it gone? So while he's contesting an objective in friendly territory, add 3 to the control skills of all friendly Stormcast Eternal units contesting that objective. So that's nice. We have a Knight Quester.
Back towards the guy over there.
We have a Knight Quester there. He's just existing, living his best life. And we have 2 sets of Liberators. We have 1 set here. And we have 1 set over here.
You've gone for the full complement of the General's Regiment.
Full complement of the General's Regiment. These set of Liberators here are marked with a gold coin because they are my honour guard. I've chosen an honour guard, something from my General's Regiment, that if you pick it at the honour guard, if it attacks something in your General's Regiment, I get +1 to hits and +1 to wounds.
So it's got priority target.
It's got priority target, and it's only this particular unit against the units in your General's Regiment, which we'll find out when we come to you. And then in my regiment number 1, please, come on down, we have 3 prosecutors, boys with wings.
They look so much better, and they were easier to make.
Yes, they're
and
smaller,
stand.
but they're sturdier.
Yes.
I like it.
The wings were a goddamn nightmare making them on your old ones.
Yeah.
I'm glad you sold them because they were hurtful.
These don't fall over yet and are much easier to handle. I've got a set of 3 reclusions over here.
Those suck to make.
They have lots of spiky bits. The Reclusions have something called Memorian tokens, or Memorian descendants, or something. It's got a whole name. It gets to add a nice little bonus to them as we go through the game. Woo! Unless I roll an unmodified save roll of 1, in which case I lose a token and I lose a little bit of a bonus. And then I have Lord Veritant here with his little griff crow. Ah!
Was Lord Veritant the hero of this regiment, sorry, or...?
He is the hero of this regiment.
Okay, just checking.
He has the null pendant, which is pick an enemy unit in combat with him, subtract 5 from their control score for the rest of the turn.
Cool.
It's once per battle, so I don't even know if he managed to do it last time. He is also my priest, so he can do all the sorts of mad prayers, bro. On the prayer law here, we've only got 3, it's not a lot. And then finally, an auxiliary unit is Lord Terminos, who is, there he is.
That big daddy there.
He does good stuff with them. He's just a big daddy. He's smacked. He's like a tiny little bastion.
I love his model. I think it's awesome.
I like him. He's fun. I don't know how I'm going to paint him yet, but annoyingly, on his sheet, there's no picture of him.
There.
So, yes.
He is of them and the Reclusians. Unfortunately, after making them, this was less so. But because I made the entire box because Emma was away for a week.
Yes, thank you. Because I turned 40 last month. Hooray!
Happy birthday!
I've been 40 for 14...
11 days.
11, no.
It's the 25th today, so it's been 11 days.
No, but this is the 1st of August. 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 days.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. But yes, whilst Emma was away, I made and sprayed the entire box. And what I will say for those who haven't had the pleasure, those Reclusions suck to make. The Terminos, I genuinely felt like I had scar tissue after making him.
Oh, that's where you stabbed yourself multiple times.
Yes.
And kept sending me pictures.
But the rest of the army, pleasure to make, really quick and easy. I did it an entire night. And I genuinely was like, oh, I would be interested in playing Stormcast off the new models.
Yes.
I'd specifically be playing Reclusians and stuff like that, I think, because I really like the Ruination Chamber. But yeah. Speaking of the other side of the box, though, that didn't take a night to make, it took the rest of the bloody week. Yeah. We are using the Skaven.
Many clan rats.
Yes, and I've already been stupid on these as well, and I'll explain that shortly. So, we are playing Claw Horde, which is the Verminous bonus of the Skaventide, because my general, the Claw Lord on Norbeast, and the clan rats, of which I have 60, I only have 40 on the board because we're using just the box, but I have a total of 60 so far. They're all Verminous, so I thought I'd buff them.
Woo.
We don't have the problem anymore of Skaventide having to take specific units and specific clans. We now can just use whatever we want, whenever we want.
Yes.
It's all lovely.
Yes.
My general's regiment are very much the Verminous, so the general is my Norbeast, and the 2 sets of clan rats are in the general's regiment. So they're the ones that you can have priority target against. Mm-hmm. My guys are using as I quickly sweep over, the special assignment for +1 Ren to infantry when they've charged.
Yes.
And they are marked by my own little coin here. Next to them, we have the 2nd regiment, which is the Grey Seer over here, and a set of Rat Ogres. They are Master Clan and Clan Moulders, for those who are interested. Mm-hmm. And over this way, in the final regiment, I have a Warlock Engineer, a Warp Blaster Cannon, and 3 Warplock Jezzails. They are all Clan Scryer, and I apologise for those who came into Skaventide thinking, oh, we're going to get all the new rats and stuff, and everyone's realised that Scryer's the true love child.
It's the same rats.
But yes, I've done stupid. I sprayed and painted all of my, I haven't painted them yet, sprayed all my clan rats. And there are mixtures of clan rats from the old ones and clan rats from the new ones. I can't tell you which are which.
No.
So they're just going to get mixed. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're playing 1,300 points because you're 1,200. I'm 1,270, according to the box. We've got 5 rounds. You won priority.
I do.
Would you like to tell us who's going first?
I will go first.
Very good.
I'm gonna go
We'll be back in a moment for Stormcast Turn 1.
Stormcast fans, that was Stormcast turn 1. I'm doing the thing that you hate. Stormcast turn 1. Battle tactic, seize the centre. 2 units within 3 inches of the centre. Thing you'll find. Bosh. Done. Seized. Seasoned.
Steezed. Steeved.
Steezed.
I'm not going to be a verb and a noun.
I steezed it. We moved some stuff. We did some prayers. We translocated some boys here. Well done, priest. Priest. Good job, priest. Prosecutors moved and took that objective. Vigilance on Gryffstalker moved, took that objective. Decided not to charge. Why? Because if I charged, might lose my objective. And this game is about points and not about fighting, as much as I wish it was just about fighting. I'm trying to be tactful and I don't like it. So in short, everything moved. Steve took out 3 of my liberators with some sort of counter charge bollocks. I don't know what it was. He did some really.
Don't worry, I'll explain the enemy turns for you in a moment.
Thank you, because I don't know what it was. 3 died, but you know, you lose some to win some. And I have finished the turn with 7 points for 1, 2, 3, which makes 5 in the objective scoring nightmare, and 2 for my tactic.
4 for your tactic.
4 for my tactic.
Well, you said it was 4 at the beginning. Sorry.
Where's the thing that tells us?
It would be on the card for Border War.
Would be, yes. 1 victory point for my territory.
1 point.
2 victory points for each objective.
5 points total.
Yeah, 5 points total, and then 4 for the tactic, so 9.
9 points.
Yes. I said 7 earlier and you didn't correct me.
I'm sorry. There was not a lot of space for breathing for either of us in that talking, was there, darling?
Yes, Stormcast fans, that was turn 1. We are leading with 9-0, but that's only because Steez hasn't had a turn yet. It's now the turn of the rats. Steve is going to do it.
Steve's going to quickly explain that he, in the turn over here, did covering fire, which is how I got the liberators there.
Covering fire!
Lost a clan rat over here to shooting from the prosecutors, but because of the ability that the clan rats have, I returned 1 at the end, because they return D3 models at the end of each turn.
Yeah.
And that was that. I also gave, just in case you did try to attack me with stuff, I gave Warp Gale for another magical intervention against Reclusians.
Who is Warp Gale? We don't know. If you know Gale, she works in HR.
I need you to feel the judgment from the camera. And me. Anyway, so yes.
See how much I feel it.
in 4th edition, if this is your first time watching any 4th edition or playing it, there's a lot more back and forth. So each phase has, I'm doing my thing at the end of it, check with your opponents see if they have anything, and then next phase. It's all very nice and kind of like collaborative.
I was about to say I don't like 4th edition as much, but that sounds like I just don't like being nice. But I'm not actually enjoying 4th edition as much as 3rd.
Oh, that's funny because I'm really enjoying 4th edition.
I'm not enjoying it.
Well, just quickly, why aren't you enjoying?
I don't know, but I just don't like it as much. It might be because I'm not as familiar with it yet, but it's not bringing me joy.
It has only been out for, as of filming, not as of releasing,
2 weeks.
About 14 days. No, yes. 12 days.
12 days.
And we have played several games in those 12 days, but also... like I had when we did a filming of this, because we were originally going to do our tourney lists that we had for 3rd edition in 4th edition to see how they played. I got slaughtered miserably, like it was a complete decimation of the Fire Slayers. So we have agreed that as we come back into the game, we're going to try and do some more kind of 4th edition specific, rather than going, what did 3rd edition do? Because my personal reason of why I'm enjoying it so much is because I have already let go of 3rd and gone, this is a brand new play pit, I've got all these shiny new toys, how are they going to work for me, what can I do with them?
Part of what it might be is that everything's new, so I don't have my usual little cards. Even if I did, they all look different. The tactics are different. My army are different, because when I played it with my normal Stormcast army, I was on board with it a bit more. So it might be because everything here is new and I don't know how any of this stuff plays.
Well, let's do this as you're watching, listeners. You'll see, or viewers, we are agreeing here that the September 1st video will be old tournament lists to see how they play. You get to use your list that you're so familiar with, but with new stuff. I'll use potentially not Fire Slayers. I might make something, because I personally want to have a bit of fun But I might use an Iron Jaws list that I wrote for a tournament that I didn't go to. And then we'll see from there. Okay. But anyway, back in a moment for Skaven turn 1. Hello, I'm back after a very awkward turn 1. So Clan Rats and Skaven, I already had this worry when we first started playing. I thought it was going to be a really overweighted towards the Stormcast never lose sort of thing, but the Stormcast are kind of squidgy.
Yes, you've annoyed me now, and now I will try and come at you with everything I have.
I'm doing it intentionally. Anyway, so I went for Ordained Charge, which was I had to pick an objective. This one over here. I had to charge 2 units, one of which had to then contest the objective I had picked, which I have done because these 2 both charged. I tried to charge over here, failed, charged in the middle with my Norbeast. As you can see, there is no longer Reclusians in the middle. There was a bit of back and forth because we were trying to work out some rules. As everyone's aware, we're all learning together. So at the beginning, when I did Wither on the Griff Charger in the middle, or the Griff Stalker, sorry, not the Griff Charger, we realised that spells are an ability, which means that your Reclusian thing can say non-core ability, roll a dice on a 4-up, doesn't affect them. It doesn't say core ability, it just says it's an ability. So we rolled it, unfortunately he rolled a 1, and then also you tried to unbind with your priest, didn't unbind it, so we did D3 damage. You didn't really do much responses because of the low CP in the turn that I saw. We went into movement phase. I moved everything a little bit forward and left the guns over there, just keeping hold of the objective, because also if they don't move, they get +1 to hit. I shot down the Reclusians, but for a 5-up ward, 1 returned and stayed on the board, which was very scary.
We like him.
I failed a charge over here, so the birds are still in the sky.
Birds of war!
However, everything over here just went, you know what, let's slap it. And the Rat Ogres took out...
It's just too many white things on the board.
Yes, I know, I haven't painted them, I'm sorry, I've only had 10 days.
It's not about the fact that you've not painted them, it's just that there's too many of the fuckers.
Oh, I know. But this is also the joy of... I've come into it with a 3rd edition mindset of you need a minimum of 60 clan rats, and used the 40 that we have and made for 20 more, and realised that I potentially don't need that anymore. And I'm already starting to go, do I want to play Eshin? Do I want to play Verminous? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? But the box is very fun so far. I used the Verminous Clawhorde thing to give +1 to Rend for him and those boys. They didn't even fight. They should have, because they would have got a bit more buffing. But yeah, end of the turn. Some clan rats came back. And we scored 9 points. So it's 9-9.
Yeah. And
now we've got to roll to find out who's going next.
Okay.
Shall we use each other's dice?
Yes.
Oh, feels bad, doesn't it? 4.
6.
God damn it.
6. It's no good dice as well. 6.
In fairness, it's good to do that because I didn't want to double turn you because, as we're all aware, you can't take the tactical gambit and take a battle tactic in a turn where you double turned. So I would not be able to score as many points this round if I did. So Emma, you have priority.
Yes.
You can make me go first.
I can make you go first.
But I then have been made. I haven't chose to go first, and therefore can score battle tactic. So it's up to you.
I'll go first, so you're not double turning anyway.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Back in a moment for
Skaven.
Not Skaven.
Stormcast.
Stormcast. Oh
Turn
god,
2.
we're both a bit warm.
Wait, yeah.
Back in a moment.
Bye. Boys and girls, Stormcast turn 2, and oh, did we not score on anything? Well, we did some things. So the battle tactic I chose was take the flanks. I had to have 2 units within 6 inches of each short edge of the battlefield, wholly outside of friendly territory and away from enemies. Did it. Bish. Prosecutors, Quester, in their places. Go, go, go. Then we moved things around. So, first of all, the 2 liberators who were here moved there into the white rat faces. The 5 liberators who were here charged. 2 died in the ensuing battle. But oh, 2 reclusions came back. In my movement phase, we essentially called for aid and they came down from the heavens like the badass bitches they are and landed there ready to smack shizzle up on their next go. And over here, there's a gap where a little white rat on a horse was. He's not there anymore because Terminos and Veritant killed the sucker.
Yes, I went a little ballsy and I used my 3 claw steps ahead to run him onto the objective. Knowing your rolls have been bad and also thinking I could survive it.
Been terrible.
I also forgot to use my warp stone charm where I could give you -1 to save because I did nearly slap one of them down if I had. But it's okay. It was my own stupidity. Yeah.
Okay. So I have ended the turn with 1 objective here, so 1 point for that, and my battle tactic, so 4 points for that, making 5 in total. So it's currently a score of 14-9 in the Stormcast favour, but the Black Death are about to have their turn too.
Skaven.
Stephen.
Skaven.
Stephen is about to have his turn too. So, see you after these messages.
Anyway, hello, welcome back
Hello.
to the turn that was just Skaven turn 2. Oh,
yeah. Oh my word.
So I went for the other Chaos objective, tactic, which was not ordained charge, but
the organised frenzy one.
offering of carnage.
Offering of carnage.
I had to kill 2 units. And that was me thinking, big Slappy Larry and his lads, we're going to come over this way.
Excuse the camera shaking, I'm just laughing at big slappy Larry and his lads. It's really hard to keep it still.
They thought they'd come this way, deal with the home objective of yours. These guys would move over that way to deal with the quester.
But that was a hard no, wasn't it?
And these guys over, those guys over there, or these guys over here, between them, would try to take out Liberators.
Yeah, I see your plan. Did it work?
No. No.
Oh no.
Didn't work, unfortunately. So I ended up with a fairly boring score of home and 2 flanks. Took out the quester, which was quite nice. Failed with a reroll charge as well for a 5-inch charge needed, and didn't get it. But managed to do 1 Liberator over there.
Yeah! Over here.
So I've nearly taken out the honour guard of the Stormcast. And I'm now looking around the room going, I wish, and James Workshop, if you're ever listening, I would like some gnaw holes in my starter kit if they're integral to the army's play style.
It would be really useful.
Because I'm looking at it, I'm thinking if I had a gnaw hole in that back corner and I had another one over here, I'd be able to jump over. We were literally just having this conversation about Emma had the Night Quester, which has a thing where if it's a Stormcast exemplar, it can affect another Stormcast exemplar to fight immediately after it.
Oh, you've called it a different thing.
I think it was called the Stormcast exemplar.
Quester Soulsworn or something.
Apologies.
Doesn't matter.
I think I might be thinking of a different thing on the stats.
But it needed to, whatever the thing was, it could fight immediately after Quester has fought, but there's nothing else in the Skaventide army that has that keyword.
Which is absolutely fine.
Which is fine.
We get a spearhead each, and we also get a grown out of the spearhead 1,200 point army to go, now you've played this, you've got 800 points,
Exactly.
Fill in what you like.
I can put Quester in another army and pick someone else with the keyword to then be able to use that ability. But for the purposes of this game, I've had to cover it over because it's irrelevant.
And also you've got that thing of, rather than it being, I'll put it in another army, this could be your first army, you've bought this box, you've never played it before, you've never collected, you've now got 1,200 points, and rather than going, I have to collect a whole 1,900 points and add him into it, I can go, cool, I only need to get 2 sets of something for 200 points, and then I'm there. But yeah, fairly quick turn for what it's worth. We got 5 points on the 1 and 2 outflanks, so it's 14 to 14. And now we have priority 3.
We're listening to the Jurassic Park soundtrack. I'm going to pick an ogre dice.
The place of power has called upon the 6.
I've got a 5.
Right, so I've got priority, but because of points, I don't want to double turn you.
So don't.
But I could do it.
Yes, but don't.
Yeah, I'm going to have to let you go for it because if it had been I had had a landslide victory so far, or was even like a few points ahead, I'd be like, you know what, sod it. I'll just get the objective points and score further. Because you can only get a maximum of 10 points anyway. I'm getting the 5, so if I just ran onto here and took you out, but that's on the concept I have taken you out and I can't currently.
You can't guarantee that.
So yeah, I'm going to go with give you the turn.
Yep.
Stormcast turn 3, back in a moment.
angry from Stephen in this turn, and I'm annoyed. So much to be censored. Glad we shut the windows because you, sir, are a C word. Anyway, what happened was I chose a tactic.
I voted Labour.
I chose a tactic which was take their land. I have to control an a terrain feature wholly or partially in your territory, not in my territory. So I picked this waterfall over there. Translocated him. Using my pool of points, translocated himself over there. What does Steve do? Moves his rats in like a... See you next Tuesday, because we don't swear on this podcast. Anyway, before we had that, I have got 1 point, and you know why? This objective, because this killed Terry Terminus. Killed Terry Terminus. He was on 1 point, he killed him after he took out 2 of his rats. Well done, Terry, good job, rest in peace. Reclusions over there, moved in, did a lot of damage, nearly killed the big cannon, but just didn't do quite enough. And then the prosecutors over here moved in, you killed 2, I killed lots, you brought some back, like a bitch. Liberators also did some damage, you killed my single liberator over there. And now it's your turn.
Steve, in the future editing this, I'm so sorry, I'm assuming there's at least 1 beep in that. Because I'm okay with us swearing, but that was a lot.
Yeah, you're going to have to beep out that 1 word that I said about that.
Thanks, Emma.
It's fine. I like to give you a little... I like to make it spicy.
Well, that's cool, you know, because give me more work to do. Made the entire army for you. Sprayed them. Learned 4th edition so you don't have to. Ah!
I'm learning 4th edition. This is why we're playing the game.
Okay.
Don't shout. It's evening.
We'll be back in a moment for Skaven turn 3.
Bye.
He's 30, he wears his hat back with the flap on the back.
You're 30?
Cool. I'm 31.
Yes.
I apologise.
No, I was just checking that was what you actually said. You remind me of Kevin Smith.
Anyway, I'm going to start a fantasy football league and all that. Anyway, so I went a bit silly for my turn this turn because I failed my battle tactic last time. So I went for Caesar Centre because I've done both the Chaos ones. I'm not happy with the fact that you only get 2 Grand Alliance ones because it kind of feels like there needs to be a bit more flavour.
Yeah, I'd like more.
Especially because it's literally just kill 2 units, charge. And that's kind of, yeah, it feels like they've just taken 2 of the Slave to Darkness things and put it as a thing. Anyway, so I went for Caesar Centre. I skitter-leaped onto the objective in the middle with the Rat Ogre. I rallied him, so he healed. I then, at the doubled, the Grey Seer into the middle. We shot at the Reclusions with the Rat Ogre, who the Reclusions in their anger slapped both of my big cannon and my Jezzail off the board.
Yeah.
But they're still locked up with the king that is...
That's a hero, right?
That is a hero.
Good.
Because you want that for the next tactic?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then we tried to do a little bit more fighting over here. Nothing really happened.
Nothing really happened from either of us there, did it?
No, you killed a model, I brought it back. I didn't really hit anything over there. And yeah, it's kind of coming back to a drawn out, like, foregone conclusion. Yep. It's 22 to 15 in my favour. So roll off for a priority here may be more interesting than was expected. Rolls.
I really would like to go
6.
first. Oh, for fuck's sake. 2.
Now I could be a douche, and I will be. I'm going to double turn you, so I can't have a battle tactic.
This game's been fucking miserable. All through it. I hate it. I don't like Warhammer.
Thank you for watching Nonsense Hammer. We're no longer doing
I don't like it.
anymore.
I don't like playing with douchebags.
I've been nothing but lovely to you this entire game. Anyway, cool. I'm going to go first for the insult.
We're going first anyway.
Yeah.
You say it like it's new.
Yeah, I'm going to go first, and I won't go about tactic, and then we'll come back and see how that goes. Okay. I thought I'd try something silly too. You may know me from other battle reports where Steve wins. I'm sorry, I'm now being a douchebag and that's unfair. So we had a bit of a talk out in round 4 because, as you will see from the board, the Stormcast, they say no. And narratively it's kind of fun, and I always like to try tell a story with the game, and like if the dice are rolling badly and if this is happening, I always like to try go, well, what happened there? And in this one, this is literally the box where Skaven have come out of their warp kind of their hidden spaces in between the realms. Stormcasts are realising that they can't rejuvenate every time. There's this whole wonderful kind of narrative happening. So to have a Stormcast kind of struggle this turn is very interesting. It doesn't mean that's going to be a heavy round. I know I'm going to lose handily in a certain game coming up next. But also a conversation to be had off camera about that. But also I'll ask the question to you guys for future videos in a minute. But turn 4. I went for, I couldn't take a battle tactic, so I skitter-leaped onto the home objective for Emma here. I ran, or I didn't run, I charged into the Reclusians with my clan rats over there. Tried to do some damage, I only managed to take one of the 2 Reclusians down.
Good boy.
So those Reclusians, again...
They're my favourites, if we did the MVP thing.
Yeah.
Them.
I really like them as models and their story. They're your glittery-eyed girl that you love.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Over here, the Rat Ogre came over and helped take out some problems. He shot down the Liberator and then took out the Prosecutor. The Clan Rats just held them in place. So we scored essentially 2 for each of the objectives there. 1 for my home, 5 here, which would be a total of 11 points. But no, 10 points. But I can only get a maximum of 6 on the objectives. So it puts me to 28 to your 15.
Yes.
You then went, because it was just that model there, let's try to kill the hero with Slay the Tyrants, but unfortunately rolls just weren't with you.
No, it was really shit.
But I wouldn't be deterred. I think this is a really cool army, especially the Stormcast. Personally...
There's a lot in this army I don't like, but there's some things I would definitely use in other armies.
Yeah, personally, like I've said, the Skaventide Stormcast box has made me go, I might play Stormcast. So I'm interested in these models and potentially getting some of the bits. So you'll get free models. Not you, listener or viewer. Oh. Emma will. Emma gets free models because I'll buy them and play them. And then she'll just get to use them because they're our models.
Studio army.
But yeah, that's 28 to 15 in my favour. As we then conclude on battle round 4 because 5 there's no point running it.
Not really any point, no.
And Skaven victory. How have you guys, dear viewers, been getting the Skaventide box? Did you have Skaven victories? Did you have Stormcast victories? Tell us in the comments below. Let us know about your glorious victories of all kinds and your humble defeats as well. Please do let us know of those because they're always interesting as well. I find a good loss better than a good win. Okay. But that's because I love Brendan Lee Mulligan. Anyway, go watch Dimension 20.
Okay.
Yeah, anything for you, Emma?
No, nothing. No, not really.
Shall we get you your victor or your commiserate?
Yeah, the victor of this game is buying an ice cream from a well-known burger place. No trade names on here.
It rhymes with back funnels.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It rhymes with curry.
It rhymes with capitalism. Anyway,
Yes.
thank you very much for watching. We'll wrap this up here because it's been a late one for us, and also it's warm.
It's so warm.
Thank you very much for watching. I will say currently the plan for 1st of September is looking at some old lists that we've ran into new edition to see what that's like. But personally, I know that you weren't excited about it too much, but it might help us in another way. Potentially a Path to Glory.
Yeah.
But if viewers let us know, are you interested in seeing the Path to Glory system?
Yeah.
It could be that we use the Skaven and the Stormcast whilst you build up your stuff for Sylvaneth, and I start to work out what army number 6 is going to be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, we could do a Path to Glory. It could be more spearheads. It could be anything like that. We've got, as we've said already, Cruel Boys, Iron Jaws, Fire Slayers, Stormcast, Skaven. There's another one.
Ogres.
And then we're building up. We're starting to look at. Emma's looking at Sylvaneth.
Yep.
And I've started to play around with Death armies to see which ones I like. Can't currently find one. Here's another game for you, dear viewer. If you want to be really helpful and win brownie points, you've been watching us for a couple of months now, I'm sure. And if you're here, you definitely have been, because you've watched all the way to the end of the video.
Well done.
Looking at those, would you suggest that I play Ossiarch Bone Reapers, Soulblight Gravelords, or Flesh Eater Courts due to my play style, not because of the meta? There's a game for you to work out. And I will read every comment that we get. So thank you very much for watching.
Yes,
thank you very much for playing.
Thank you for playing.
And we shall see you in the next video, where it will have been 0 days since your last
Can't say that with a straight face. Bye. Hang your head in shame.